Hello, you're welcome to the Cambodian Olympic channel. My name is Ken Gaddafi, the Oracle. And today we are bringing you updates from the 29th Southeast Asian Games taking place in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Of course, the football event started yesterday with games in Group A involving host Malaysia taking on Brunei, and the host started in a very good form with a 2-1 win over Brunei. But before then, it was the turn of the Myanmars taking on Singapore in a very, very highly contested game, and eventually Myanmar prevailed by 2-0. Yes, well, joining me today on the program once again is the ace journalist, reporter, and of course is very, very versatile in the world of sport, and that is HS Manjunath. Manju, once again, you're welcome to the show.
Yeah, glad to be with you, Ken.
Yes. Well, Manju, on the show yesterday we were talking about the games coming thick and fast, and so right now we are seeing the first few games going on. So Manju, the result, did it come to you as a surprise?
Yes, the Myanmar win over Singapore came as a surprise because the Lions, as you know, had been preparing hard and well.
Yeah.
And Singapore was expected to be one of the front runners for a semi-final slot. Even Malaysia's victory against Brunei also came as some kind of a surprise, I must say, because Malaysia, as you are aware, topped the group in the AFC Under-23 Championship.
Yes.
And considering the fact that Brunei is one of the bottom teams in the region, Malaysia edging them 2-1 was some kind of a surprise to me.
Okay, well, that's interesting. We saw the results in Group A. So looking at Group B, which is going to start off today, of course, with Cambodia playing. But before Cambodia plays, Indonesia will take on Thailand. Then Vietnam will take on Timor-Leste. Then Cambodia will eventually play the Philippines. Cambodia defeated Philippines in the Under-23 AFC. Do we see this as another? And
yes,
not forgetting that we beat them 3-1 in Singapore 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
but
so
let us go by the latest result.
Yeah.
What happened in at the Olympic Stadium a couple of weeks ago. Yes, Cambodia managed to beat Philippines, but it was only by 1 goal.
Yeah.
And that goal was scored by Sok Sam Nang, as you know.
Yeah.
It was a snap goal.
Yeah.
Cambodia worked hard.
Yeah.
They had chances, but they could not convert many of them.
Yeah.
But eventually got through on that 1 goal. So, on the basis of our track record against the Philippines, I think Cambodia can pull off another victory against the Philippines to start their campaign on a very confident note. But you never know. This is a neutral venue. Last time Cambodians were playing in front of a home crowd of 60,000 people.
Yes.
That makes a huge difference. So let us see how the teams perform. And that was under 23 and now this is under 22. So you are missing a couple of experienced players in this particular contest. So we have to wait and see how the Cambodian boys perform.
Yes, we have to wait and see how the Cambodian boys will perform today when they take on the Philippines. Well, if you're just joining the program, we are on the Southeast Asian Games update. That is the 29th SEA Games, which is coming up in Malaysia. Well, with me is Manjunath. Manju, Coach Vitoroni has only pulled off 2 victories since he took over from Lee Tai-hung.
Yes.
And a lot of the fans have really become a little bit skeptical what the Brazilian is bringing into the Cambodian football. But I noticed lately, especially in the last tournament, he learned from the experience of, in the tournament in Myanmar, where he lost all 3 games.
Yes.
Okay, but in the AFC Cup, I saw that they were more conservative.
Yes.
They were trying to be more defensive, and it paid off because it was a goalless draw against China. They barely lost 2-0 against to Japan, and they won Philippines 1-0. So, what do you see going into the game today? Will it go all out to attack, or should we maintain the conservative nature?
No, one thing I can be sure of is that Vitorino is not the type of a coach who advocates defensive approach.
Yeah.
He would like the team to defend well, but at the same time, he would like the team to take their counter chances.
Yeah.
That is Vitorino, as I know.
Yes.
You were talking about only 2 victories, Ken.
Yeah.
I think we have to be fair and balanced in our judgment of Vitorino here,
Okay.
because he took over only in March.
Yeah.
So it's a few months now, and the early results were not good.
Yeah.
You were talking about the Myanmar tournament.
Yeah.
I would not attach much significance or importance to that tournament because it was a friendly setup. It was competitive,
Yeah.
but it was supposed to be a friendly tournament.
Yes, that's true.
Now let us see what happened in the under-23 championship. Cambodia came into the championship having beaten Afghanistan.
Yes.
We had never beaten Afghanistan
That's true.
before.
Yeah.
So that's indeed was a good sign. And then we drew with China. We had never done that before. So there are 2 important kind of victories. Even in draw, I see a victory for Cambodia against China. That Vitorino has managed to get some confidence pumped into the side.
Yeah.
So that's what I see as a positive sign going into this. It's a very tough tournament for Cambodian boys. We have to admit that because Thailand, the reigning champions, are in the group.
Yeah.
Last year's semi-finalists, Indonesia are in the group.
Yeah.
So are Vietnam. So we have to cross over these 3 very tough hurdles before we can even think of a semi-final.
Yes. Well, one last question before we round up today. My concern is, where is the goals going to come from? We barely won in the tournament, 3 games, scored only 1 goal. Yes, okay, the defensive side is getting better, but where's the goals going to come from?
That's where Vitorino's message, I think, should be followed rather closely by the players, because see, the whole of the World Cup second round campaign, Ken, we managed to score only 1 goal in 8 matches.
Yes.
So you can imagine that. So where are the goals going to come from? I think the goals are going to come from emerging players like Ian Sondavit. He's supposed to fill in for the set piece expertise of Chan Watanaka and Tak Muniodom. And Paul Roth is another guy whom we have to look at for set piece conversions. And then of course up front I expect Noon Borai and Brak Tiva, Sok Samnang to do some kind of a good work up in the front line. So we have to score. Otherwise, there is no point in falling back and defending, which Vitorino does not believe in.
Well, we hope so, and we look forward to a good game today, and definitely Cambodia will start off with a victory. Thank you, Manju. Well, that has been Manjunath giving his thoughts about the team Cambodia is presenting today as they take on Philippines. Well, before we round up, just a quick note that the Sepak Takraw team, that is the Chilon team that won gold, will be taking on to the court for the defense of their title tomorrow, 16th of August, when they file out at the stadium in Malaysia. Hopefully they will reenact the same victory they did 2 years ago in Singapore. Well, that game will start around 2 p.m. Local time. That's about 1 p.m. Cambodian time, and we will be bringing you more updates on that. And also, the Cambodian delegates will start leaving full officially from tomorrow, led by His Excellency Vat Chamron and some other members of the Olympic Committee, as well as the Ministry of Youth, and Sports and Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport. Well, other team members will also file out from on the 17th through to on the 19th, when the opening ceremony will take place in the Grand Stadium in Malaysia. Well, the National Olympic Committee website will be bringing you live updates, as well as from our Cambodia Olympic channel. Make sure you stay tuned as we bring you updates from the games. But for now, it's bye from Ken Gaddafi, the Oracle.